Hi everyone, welcome to the lecture number 6 of unit number 3, vector spaces and linear product spaces. In this lecture, we'll cover the last part of the unit number 3, that is linear operator. So very first we'll discuss the definition of linear operator, and then we'll take some examples based on it. So this is the definition of linear operator. It is also called as a linear map or linear transformation. Okay, a definition is a map T from V to W, where V and W are the vector spaces. Such a map between two vector spaces is linear if and only if it satisfies two conditions. First condition is T of u plus v equal to T of u plus T of v for all uv belongs to that vector space V, and second condition is T of alpha times u equal to alpha times Tu for all u belong to V and alpha belongs to R. So whenever some operator satisfies these two conditions, that operator will be called as a linear operator, and that transformation of the vectors from one space to other space can be called as a linear transformation. Okay, so this is what the definition of linear operator is. Now few example based on this. First example, definition is very simple. A map is linear whenever it will satisfy these two conditions. Okay, if you want to show that some map is linear, you need to verify these two conditions there. Now next example, first example based on this definition, a map T from R4 to R3, R4 and R3 are 4-dimensional and 3-dimensional vector spaces, is defined by T of u equal to, this is the definition of the map. First component is map to x1 2x1 plus x3 plus x4. Second is map to x1 minus 2x2 minus x3, x2 minus x3 plus x4. Then find first one t at 2 1 minus 1 3, and second find x such that the vector is mapped to 3 minus 1 minus 3. Okay, so in the first case we need to calculate the image of this element, and in the second case we need to calculate pre-image x of this particular image. Okay, so let us see how we are going to do it. So for calculating image of some element, you just need to substitute the given point in that definition. So you need to put the x1 as 2, x2 as 1, x1 equal to 2, x2 equal to 1, x3 equal to minus 1, and x4 equal to 3. So when you put this 2 1 minus 1 3 in this right hand side, you will get the image of that element equal to 0 1 5. In that way you can determine the image of the any element. Fine. In the second case we need to calculate pre-image. Let us see how we are going to do it. For calculating pre-image, consider the given value, that is T of x equal to 3 minus 1 minus 3. Now T of x for some vector x, which is the vector of the R4, that T of x is equal to vector in R3, and which is equal to 2x1 plus x3 plus x4 comma x1 minus x2 x2 minus x3 x2 minus x3 plus x4. This is the by definition. Okay, this is the image by definition, and this image equal to 3 minus 1 minus 3. So we need to find out x1 x2 x3 x4 for which this image is 3 minus 1 minus 3. Okay, so after equating these two, as these two are equal, after equating we'll get the some set of equations there. Okay, so here we have obtained three set of equations. We have obtained three set of equations in four unknowns, and this is a non-homogeneous type of system. On the right hand side we have non-zero number, so it is a non-homogeneous system, so we can solve it using matrix method. So this type of calculation we have done several times, right? So after applying that non-homogeneous system method, finally we will get the solutions, that is the values of x1 x2 x3 and x4. These four values will get, by here some mistakes are there, only three values are there, but actually you will get the four values because four unknowns we have. So you try to correct these values by solving this non-homogeneous system, and whatever values of x1 x2 x3 x4 you will get, that values will be your required solution. Means that values will be your required x, and this x you try to write in the matrix form as x1 x2 x3 x4. This x you have to calculate. Here only 3 answers written, but that won't be a correct one because we have 4 unknowns. So 4 unknowns you try to determine at your own, and whatever answer you get, you can write in comment box. Okay, try to show your answers. Next problem. In the next problem, we need to show that the given map T from R3 to R2 defined as T of A1, A2, A3 equal to, this is the definition of the map. It is a linear transformation we need to show. So whenever you need to show it is a linear transformation, okay, or that map is linear, in that case you need to verify the definition. Means the two condition of the definition you need to verify. First condition, you know, T of u plus v equal to T of u plus T of v for any two vectors u and v belong to this v space, which is R3 here, and T of alpha times u equal to alpha times T of u for all u belongs to this space R3. So these two conditions we need to verify. So for that purpose, we have considered alpha equal to a1, a2, a3 and beta equal to b1, b2, b3. Instead of u and v, we have taken alpha and beta, which are the members of this vector space v. Okay, now T of alpha and T of beta by this definition will be equal to this two. Now consider two constants a and b belongs to R. Now after that we need to verify this T of alpha, a alpha plus b beta equals to a times T of alpha, b times T of beta, that we have to verify. So for that purpose we have considered this left hand side. So this will be equal to, after putting the values of alpha and beta here, alpha is a1, a2, a3, beta is b1, b2, b3, that we have considered. So after multiplying and simplifying, we'll get this a1 plus b1, first component. Second component will be a2 plus b2. Third component will be a3 plus b3. Okay, so this will be equal to 3 times, by definition of T, this will be equal to 3 times a1 plus b1 minus 2 times a2 plus b2 plus a3 plus b3, comma plus a1 plus b1 minus 3 times a2 plus b2 minus 2 times a3 plus b3. This we have written by the definition. This is the definition. 3 times a1, 3 times a1 means first element, 3 minus 2 times second element plus 3 plus third element, like that. Okay, so here the first element is a1 plus b1, therefore 3 times a1 plus b1, like that. So we have applied that definition. Now after simplifying and rearranging the terms, after taking suitable terms common, we have taken common from few terms, and that have given us a times 3a1 minus 2a2 plus a3, comma a1 minus 3a2 minus a3, 2a3 plus b times this. So which is nothing but your T of alpha. Initially we have written that, and this is T of beta. Okay, so it is equal to a times T of alpha plus b times T of beta. Hence, by definition, this will be a linear transformation from R3 to R2, because T of alpha, a alpha plus b beta equal to this. So you need to apply the definition of T while proving this, and you need to rearrange the terms properly so that you will get this equal to right hand side. Okay, so try to understand these calculations. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can write in comment box. A few examples I am going to leave for you for practice based on the definition, and based on the just whatever example we have solved just now. Based on that, these examples are there. The first is like the first example, T of u is defined as this. Calculate first image of this element and the pre-image. For pre-image, again you need to do the calculation of a non-homogeneous system, that you need to do carefully. And in example number 9, 10, 11, you need to show that the maps are the linear transformation. So for that definition you need to verify. In the solved example, I have combined the both conditions of the definition. You can verify them separately. T of u plus v you verify separately. T of alpha times u verify separately. Okay, and even if you verify them together, that T of alpha times u plus T of beta times v equal to alpha times T of u plus beta times T of v, still okay, no problem. Or you can verify these two conditions separately. Okay, so just try to complete these examples at your own. do some practice of examples, definitely you will understand this topic, linear operator. This is very easy topic. Okay, so that's it from the lecture number 6, and that's it from the vector spaces. In coming lecture we are going to start the remaining half of the unit number 3, that is inner product spaces. So hope you have understood whatever things we have discussed so far on the vector spaces. If you have any query in any topic, you can communicate with me. So that's it from this lecture. Thank you.